Yes. Let me share my screen. Yeah. Yeah, this is the first session on web UI programming. UI here, it's a user interface. Here, I think you can see my screen. Here, we are in web UI programming. This is the first session on web UI. Here in this, I'm going to cover HTML 4 and 5, CSS 2 and 3, JavaScript. Here, fourth one, jQuery. Here, fifth one, Ajax. Sixth one, responsive design. Here, responsive design. Then seventh one will be Bootstrap. Here, eighth one will be less and SAS programming. Here, ninth one is project. 10th one is exam. So like this, I'll continue. Total duration of my course will be here next 2 months. Next 2 months, I'm going to cover these all topics. I'm explaining here. Web UI programming. UI here, it is a user interface. We are going to learn that user interactive page by learning these all topics. Here, now let me save 6 a.m. July. Here under demo. What's the list? Here we are learning here web UI programming. UI here it is a user interface. This user interactive page we can create it by learning that list of all topics all are here. List of all topics all are like this. Here this is web UI programming. UI means here it's a user interface. Here first we'll learn about the what is user interface. In this demonstration, today and tomorrow session, I'll explain to you what is the use of our title. So what is web UI and UI related all here user interface. UI means here it is a user interface. This user interface, how to develop it, how what is the user interface and how server programmings are involving there. Those all we'll discuss. After that, we'll go for here, after that introduction part, we'll go for the next one here. Uh, Here, each topic brief information. First, title complete information. After that, we'll go for each topic brief information. So by that, you will get idea in my demonstration. You will get idea about my classes, how my class is going to continue on each topic, and each topic related information you can get it. So here we are learning here web UI. UI here it is a user interface. User interface. This is what here one front end. So front end, when you enter any URL in the browser, whatever application you can create. So this one only we call it as UI. When you enter any URL, whatever application you can see. Suppose if you see here Google, you can find it here one text box and one search option. So if you are able to see that search option like this, here, this is what here one UI. Here, when you enter any URL in the browser, whatever application you can see, that is our UI page. See, once you click on the search option, your data will be redirected to server. Server connected to database. Here we are learning web UI. This is our server program. Here search option will go to server. Server connected to database. Database will give you result. Suppose if you are searching here mobiles, that mobile input will go to the server page. Server connected to database. Database back to server. Server will give you resultant page for us. That resultant page, mobile related, all list of links, you will get it. Here, mobile related, all the list of links, you will get it here within few seconds of time. Within few seconds of time only, you are going to get this list of all results. So here, when you connect with any server programming, that server here it is. So this is our server programming and this is our database. Here, the server programming here, it may be Java, .NET, Python. Here, Python, Java, .NET, here, etc., all comes under server programs. And databases are here, PHP, MySQL, SQL Server, here SQL Server, MongoDB, all comes under, etc., all comes under here databases. Here you will get resultant page. This is our starting UI page and this is here resultant page of the UI. So you will get it here, front end page always connected to server, server page connected to database, database back to server. So server will give you a list of results for us. This total architecture is a 3-tier architecture. So we are following 3-tier architecture to develop our application. In this 3-tier architecture, here you can find it here, starting front end page. These two pages are comes under front end. Then it is a server page. This is a database. This way you will get it here all results. So this is totally 3-tier architecture. For this, I'll show you some example sites. If you check here, facebook.com, so I'm able to show you Facebook login.php. See, this is one login page of the Facebook. Here, you can see here .php. You can see here .php. .php here, it is a PHP programming. Here, if you submit your application, it will redirect to one server page that is PHP. Here, this text boxes, buttons, radio button, submit button, password box, these all we will create it by our front-end programming. After submitting your application, after entering your email address and password, you can submit your application form. So after submitting your application form, your data will redirect to server. That server page here, it is PHP. Here, PHP, we are using like server page for our application. Here, PHP is a server page for our development. We are learning front end. So this UI will connect to server, that is PHP. PHP will connect to database. So this type of interactions you can observe here in every front end program. In every front end programming, you can find it here, this way of interactions. Always front end connected to server, server connected to database. For this example site is here, facebook.com. See, this facebook.com is a login page of the Facebook. Here you can find it here. See, this front end UI page is connecting with the server, that is PHP, connected to MySQL or SQL Server, any one database. Because of this front end, you can create this type of input fields. Here, email address, password, and anchor tags, and submit button, one logo. These all by front-end programming. Okay, I'll show you one more one. Here, Oracle create account page. See here, in this Oracle create account page, you can see here. So if you submit your application form, here, see here. You can see here, complete application form will be like this. See, here it is asking drop down list, zip code, country, name, password, everything it is available. Once you click submit button here, your data will be redirected to server. So once you click submit button here, your data will be redirected to server. So once you click on sign in option here, see here, this is also one sign in page. Sign in page is related to again server page. So here, this is one sign-in page, and this is one create account page, and this is sign-in page. This is one front-end page, and this is also one front-end page. Okay, but here, after submitting my application form, this URL is showing here, it is redirecting to JSP. JSP here, it is a Java server page. So once you click submit button, your data will be redirected to server. Here is my front-end page. This front-end UI connected to server, that is JSP, it will connect to database. Here, this type of interactions you can observe here in every front-end programming. In every front-end programming, you can find it here, this type of interactions. So here, UI page connected to JSP, JSP connected to database. This type of interactions you can observe here in every front-end programming. So UI page connected to JSP, JSP page connected to database. This type of interactions you can observe here in every UI programming. So because of that, that front end connected to server, server connected to database, because of all these, you will get resultant page for our application. UI is connecting with the server page, server connecting to database. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
And got off. Just 1 second. It is audible. Yeah. Here, any front-end page, if you observe like this, any URL, only for few URLs you can find it here. Our front-end page is connecting with what type of server page, that you can understand. Here, starting front-end page, here starting front-end page, it will connect to server, server connected to database. So this type of interactions you can observe here in every front-end programming. UI is connecting with the server, server connecting to database. This is what here our front-end programming. In this, we understood here what is our front-end. So this is our front-end is connecting with the server, server connecting to database. So this is what here totally UI programming. In this UI programming, here I am able to connect my front-end page with the server. If you right-click inspect element on this, just right-click inspect element. Here, just right click and inspect element on this. You can find it here. Some code you can find it here. As of now, we don't know this code. If you right click inspect element on the website, you can see some standard code of the website. See here, doc type, HTML, head and body tag. Doc type, HTML, head and body tag is the standard code of this website. Here, doc type, here it is a document type. HTML tag, head tag, body tag is a standard code of our HTML. Under this head and body, here doc type, here it is a document type of HTML. Head tag, body tag you can show for our execution. See, if you remove the body tag, just delete the body. Here I don't want body tag, just delete. See here, you cannot see any output for our application. If you don't see here, if you don't write any body tag for my application, I cannot see any output for our application. So by this, clearly we can understand we are using one standard code for designing our front-end page. That standard code will be here, doc type, HTML, head and body. See here, go to the Facebook page, right click, inspect element. Here also you can see here doc type, HTML, head and body tag. Doc type here it is a document type of HTML, head tag, body tag is the standard code of HTML. Under this, if you remove the head, just delete the head part. See here, you cannot show you any output for our application. Okay, see here, you cannot show any output for our application if you don't use the head section. Header part of our application will be like this. See, you cannot show any output for our application if you design it here without head section. Alignment you can see, alignment you cannot see, but content will be same. See here, this website is not properly aligned. See, Facebook is very big size, text boxes are smaller size, login page very smaller, and all the content like this list. All list of elements, how it will show, same way it is showing like this. Here, this type of interactions, you can create it by front end, only HTML, if you use it, you can create this type of skeleton. See here, remove the head section for this Oracle account. See here, you can see the complete content. Here, complete content you can see, but if you submit it, you can see it is complete content is there, but it is not properly aligned. Content is not properly aligned because of this front-end programming. Here we are learning here front-end programming. Under this front-end programming, you can see here this front-end page, whatever it is displaying here, it is displaying total application form, but there is no proper alignment for our content. See here, no proper alignment for our content if we develop it like this. So that's why here is our front-end programming. Once you submit it, you cannot, here, once you click on the submit button, you cannot see any proper alignment for our application. So this is what here front-end. So here is our one front-end, here is also one more front-end. In this front-end page, there is no proper alignment for our front-end if you don't write the here, if you don't write the alignment of the, if you don't write the head section, no proper alignment. So if you check it here, UI will be common. UI standard code will be here. Doc type, HTML, HTML start and close. Here only you can see here head tag start and close and body tag start and close. Here head and body tag you can show for our execution. Head tag is used to write our header information. Some header information you can write it here because of this head tag. And body tag is used to display body part of our application. Head tag and body tag is the standard code of HTML. Standard code of HTML will be here, doc type, HTML, head and body tag. So under this head section, see here, this is my front end connected to server, server connecting to database. Here in this UI programming, our front end is connecting to server. Server may be Java, .NET, Python, any server page that will connect to database. So this type of interactions, 1 second. Here, this is HTML page. This HTML, we will write it here, standard code like this. Here head and it is the body. This is the basic skeleton of the web page. If you don't write the head section, you cannot see any proper alignment for our application. You cannot show you any proper alignment for our application if you don't write the head section. See here, I'll remove the head part of the application. Here, this is my head tag. If you don't write the head section, here you cannot see any proper alignment for our application. In this only, we will write our CSS code. CSS, here it is, cascading style sheet. Here, cascading style sheet. This is mainly for style part of web page. Style part of the web page, we can design it by the CSS. Here CSS, here it is cascading style sheet. It is mainly creates the style part of the web page. Style here, you can see here inside the head section, you can see here doc type, HTML. See, sorry, inside this style tag, what we can write it, I'll show you first practically. See, once you refresh, you can see here, because of CSS only, I can show you this background image, this background color. Here, font size, this bigger font size, the smaller font size, and the anchor tag. Here, all email address, password, all these things. Here, we can able to create it with our HTML. CSS. Proper HTML is creating this email address box, password box, submit button, drop down list here, phone number, all we are creating with this HTML. If you submit it, once you click on the submit option of my application, my data will be redirected to server. That server is our JSP. But this proper alignment, this color, this border color, font family, here this background color and this button color, these are all by CSS. and center alignment one after another. These all by CSS. Second topic, we will add it here. HTML is here. Standard HTML, standard content of our web page. Standard skeleton HTML, here it will create it is a hypertext markup language. It's a hypertext markup language. Markup means here it is a tag-based programming. Here markup nothing but it's a tag-based programming. Here tag is nothing but it's an instruction to the browser. Here tag is nothing but it's an instruction to the browser. So here we can give our instructions to the browser in the form of tags. So those all here instruction to browser. These all instructions we are writing inside the head and inside the body, and all HTML tag is one instruction, head tag is one instruction. Like this, you can write it here, doc type HTML head and body. Here CSS gives you proper alignment for our application. Here CSS gives you proper alignment for our application. We can create it with the CSS. Here style part of the web page, we can create it with the CSS. Here CSS, here it is cascading style sheet. In this style part of the web page, we can create it with the CSS. Here only you can understand here background color, here borders, text related styles, font related styles. Here, here text, font and alignment, basically alignment of web page. Alignment, we will write it with a different property. Alignment of here content, we can do it by CSS. 2D, 3D graphics, here graphics, animations, here, etc., etc. You will learn it here under this CSS. See here, if I want to change the button color, background color, see here, everything we can do it. See, you can see here some background here. This background color, I want to change it. See here, this is one outer div tag, inner div tag. Here, this is one div tag, this is one div tag. Here, this is one div tag. See, this half code is related to HTML. This half code is related to CSS. So I want to write background color for this. Here I'm writing background color. See here, if I change the color, it is affecting on left side. See here, this type of color changes, we can do it by CSS. Second topic of our course is CSS. In that CSS, whatever color you will mention here, that color is applying for my application like this. This is because of CSS. So this half code is HTML, this half code is CSS. So once you refresh, here it will back to the same. If you submit your application form, here you are getting error message here. This error message is because of JavaScript. Here, this error message is because of JavaScript. So I'm able to show you this type of output for us. Here only you can find it here, JavaScript code. JavaScript for our application, we can design it here. See, I'm able to show you JavaScript. Here, JavaScript for our application, we can easily develop it by here itself, JavaScript. JavaScript for our application, it's a client-side programming. Here, JavaScript is a client-side programming. We can create this JavaScript code. Here, I'm able to show you JavaScript code by using script tag. Inside the head section, we can write a script tag to write our JavaScript code. Here, I'm writing script tag to display that JavaScript code. Under this, here you can find it here. I'm able to show you script tag to display JavaScript code. Under the script, you can write it here. Here, you can write it here. So I'm able to show you JavaScript code for my application. Under the script, you can find it here. Validations, here validations, cookies, local storages. here session storages, here like this, here cookie, local storage, session storage, validation, here like this, etc., all comes under server code. Here it's a client-side programming, browser executable programming. We call it as JavaScript. Under this JavaScript, you will understand here how to write validations for our application form, cookie creation for our application form. These all we will learn it under JavaScript. See, when you submit, you are getting error, right? This error is because of JavaScript. This error message is displaying in the red color. That red color is because of CSS, but error message, it is validating. Username should be minimum 5 characters, maximum 10 characters. Like that, if you write it, that is all by validations. Validations, we will write it by JavaScript. Because of JavaScript, we can create validations for our application form. Okay, so complete validations of our application form, we can design it by this CSS. Sorry, validations by JavaScript. See here inside the head section, you can see here, you can see script tag. Script refers to JavaScript. Here style tag refers to CSS. Style tag wherever you can see that is related to CSS. Script tag wherever you can see that is related to JavaScript. Here only you can find it here, head and body tag. Body tag, just delete it. See, if you don't write body for your HTML page, you cannot show any output for us. So once you refresh, all will back. So we understood here 3 topics content. So starting I explained these all list of topics. I'm going to continue on our web UI programming, starting HTML, CSS, JavaScript. HTML, it is a hypertext markup language. It is completely creates tag-based programming. CSS, here it is a cascading style sheet. It mainly creates a style part of the web page. Third one, JavaScript. Here, because of this JavaScript, we can add validations, totally functionality. So complete functionality of a web page, we can create it with this JavaScript. Here, complete functionality of a web page, we can create it with this JavaScript. Next, fourth topic of our course. Here, I'm explaining each topic that real usage. In the demonstration time, you will understand each topic and its real usage, where we can use it in the real website. That you can understand in the demonstration. And Monday to Friday, I'll take topic sessions in the regular days. Saturdays, I'll go for project session. Generally, Saturdays, I'll go for project session. One Saturday project, one Saturday exam. So I'll create one question paper for the students. I'll upload question paper in one Gmail drive. For sharing of drive, see here, I have some list of students who joined for this batch in the last week demonstration. Here, for this list of students, I already created one drive for July batch. See here, 6 a.m. July batch, I already created one drive. In the drive only, I'll upload my, here in this drive, see everyday class files, I'll upload it here in this drive. So if you go to my drive, you can see here, see 6 a.m. drive. This is already shared with a few students. See, if you check it here, share option, this drive is already shared with a few list of students, all are like this. Okay, so here, whenever I upload recordings, everyday class will be recorded. Class recordings I'll upload here. And here, everyday class programs, here topic wise, whatever program I'll done, programs I'll upload here. Paint file, here every day I'm writing my programs code, everything I'm explaining in the paint window. That paint window, I'll upload it here in the paint folder. Next document, here everyday class document, I'll upload here. Codes content, HTML4 document. So both I uploaded as of now. Once I start CSS content, and CSS document, I'll upload here. Once I start JavaScript document, I'll upload here. Like that, I'll continue all my topics. Okay, here I'm explaining here web UI. In this, Here, this is my only notepad. Oh, okay. Fine. Evident share. Here, this is my 6 a.m. drive. In this drive recordings folder, I uploaded every class recording related to your class recordings, 6 a.m. recordings. Here, programs, I'll upload every program here in the programs folder. Here, paint file, everyday class paint file, whatever explanation I'm doing here, this paint file explanation, I'll upload it here in this drive. And here, documents, everyday class document, I'll upload here. Like this, I'll upload every content in my application. Every content of my application, I'll upload here in this drive. So everyday class I'm uploading here. So with that, you will get it here. Here, everyday class I'm uploading here in the drive. So by that, you will get idea about my topic. You will get idea about my all the topics. Here I'm explaining here web UI. UI means here user interface. In this user interface, you can understand here how to create our front-end program. Here, how to create our front-end programming, you can understand here. So here in this recordings, programs, paint file, documents. Like this, I'll upload everyday class files in this folders. So this folder will be shared with the students. This is one drive I'll share with the students who are registered for this drive. For all of them, I already shared this drive access. Okay, so I already shared Bhavishya. Bhavishya, you got already this drive access. Okay, here recordings in this recordings folder found here. How many recordings, demo recordings and regular sessions, how many done for my previous last week demonstration time. Same thing I'm repeating in this week, but I'll merge your all this drive access, whoever got, those all students will merge with you on Wednesday. So on 7th August, they'll merge with you. So by that, we will continue with the common topic. Okay, here, first I'm explaining here Monday to Friday topic sessions, and Saturdays I'll go for project. So in that, I'll create one separate folder. Here, I'll create one separate folder for weekend batch. See here, you can see here, for weekend batch, I'll upload question papers here. Once the topic is over, topic related question papers I'll upload. Every topic related HTML4 question paper, HTML5 question paper, CSS2 question paper. It is totally multiple choice questions. I'll give you multiple choice questions. See, today I'm going to conduct one exam for JavaScript. The JavaScript question paper you can see here like this. Here I uploaded question paper here like this. All multiple choice questions. What will be the answer for this program? This is totally only on the topic of JavaScript. JavaScript question paper, I'll upload this one. Okay, so like this, I'll continue every topic and topic related questions. Everything I'll ask you in the program. Okay, so here itself you can understand here how my class goes and what all topics I'm going to understand. You will understand in my demonstration. Here we are in the third topic. See, first topic HTML is creating basic skeleton of the web page. CSS is giving alignment for our application. JavaScript is adding functionality to our application. So basic functionality of the web page, we can create it with this JavaScript. Here, basic functionality of a web page, we can create it with this JavaScript. Here, we are going to write JavaScript code here. Because of this JavaScript, we can add functionality to our application. Any functions, any functionality of a web page, we can create it with this JavaScript. Here, JavaScript is asking us to create functionality to our application. CSS is giving alignment and HTML is creating basic skeleton. So what I can do it by jQuery. Here, jQuery code also we will write it inside the head section. Only HTML tags or images, buttons, radio buttons, every code of HTML, we will write it here in this body tag. Images, buttons, radio buttons, all HTML tags. Here, all other HTML tags, we will write it here inside the body. Here inside the head section only we'll write CSS. Inside this head section only we'll write JavaScript. Inside this head section only we will write jQuery. Here jQuery, here it is a external library of JavaScript. It's an external library of JavaScript. We call it as jQuery. Here jQuery is nothing but it's an external library of JavaScript. We call it as jQuery. Here only you can find it here jQuery 3.7.1.js. Like this, you can find it here jQuery cycle.js. All are external libraries. jQuery validation.js. Here jQuery ripple.js. Here ripple.js. Like this, etc. etc. So many jQuery files you can learn. Here we are learning here jQuery. jQuery is an external library of JavaScript. Because of that, we can readily develop our application because of this jQuery. Here I'm able to show you CSS. CSS is giving alignment for our application. HTML is writing basic skeleton of the web page. JavaScript is used to write. JavaScript is an external library of JavaScript. Here, because of this, we can add functionality to our application. jQuery here, it's an external library. Because of this, you can create complete functionality only, but ready-made architecture. See, I'll show you that jQuery related stuff. Here, if you see here, jQuery cycle. Just search for jQuery cycle. In the Google, I'm searching for jQuery cycle. It's an external library of JavaScript. See here, you can see that external library, shuffling, zooming, fading, like this, you can find it here, that external library. See here, shuffle, zoom, fade. Curtain X, turn down, scroll right. So this way of effect you can create it because of jQuery. See here, shuffle. So one image to another image, it will shuffle like this. Zooming effect will be like this. Fading effect will be like this. Here, turn down. Here, curtain X. Here, scroll right. So on click time, scroll right. So this type of effect we can create it for our application. It is possible by our jQuery. Because of jQuery only, you can create here this type of effect for our application. jQuery is an external library. Because of this, you can create your application like this. Here, next I'll show you jQuery validations. So just if you search for jQuery validations, you can see here validation of the application form. Here, you can find it here. If you submit your application form, how to show our validation, you will understand here jQuery validate. See here. You can see here, if you submit your application form, how to show our output, you can check. Here I'm submitting my application form. See, submit. Field is required. This is basic validation. Even if you enter one letter, see 2 letters, error gone. Here it is not particular about the email address. See here, it is also particular about the email address. Once I enter valid email address format, error gone. Here field should not be empty. So I entered few letters, error gone. Here only you can see here first name, last name, checkbox, everything you can see. Here once you submit, you are getting here first name, last name, username, password, valid email address. Like this, you will get all our application form like this. So in this time, whenever you get your output like this, here once you enter your first name, last name, username, confirm password, everything after entering all these details, you can submit it. So once you click on the submit button, your data is redirecting to server. But before redirection, it is checking all input fields. At least one number, at least one letter. Like this, it will give you all validations. Here, here minimum 5 characters, maximum 5. This is you can do it by JavaScript, and same thing you can do it by jQuery. So in both the ways you can implement this type of output. So using jQuery you can implement, using JavaScript also you can implement this type of output. Here this is about the jQuery. jQuery is mainly used to write JavaScript external library. Here JavaScript external library is a jQuery. Because of that you can create this list of all outputs like this. So here we discussed here 4 points. One is front end. Here this is starting HTML page is connecting with the CSS page. It is connecting with the JavaScript. It is connecting with the jQuery. So starting root file is HTML only. Creating skeleton of a web page. Here the CSS, it gives alignment for our application. JavaScript adds functionality. It's a client-side validation functionality of a web page. jQuery is an external library of JavaScript. It's an external library. Because of that, you can easily develop your application. So like this, you can find it here, all your outputs like this. HTML, CSS, JavaScript, all outputs will come like this. This way only we can execute our program. We are learning web UI. UI here it is a user interface. Here is our front-end programming. In this front-end programming, we are learning here all list of things will be like this. All list of topics, all are like this. Here, this is the way we can execute our code. Okay, so we are learning front-end. Under this front-end, I'm going to show you all list of topics, all are like this. Here, up to now, I gave basic introduction to all these topics. So in the next session, I'll continue with the remaining all topics. Ajax, responsive design, bootstrap, lesson size, these all topics introduction, I'll explain to you. Okay. So up to now, if you how you are able to follow, are you able to follow my session or not? How my class is it understandable to you or not? Any doubts? Yes, up to now, any doubts you can ask, please. Yes. Yes, please. Up to now, any doubts? Deepika, Rajesh, Bhavishya. Rajesh. Duration per day, it is 1 hour. 6 correct. 6 a.m. correct. I'll start for demonstration little bit late. But regular session sharp 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. Any other doubts? No. That's it for today. We'll meet tomorrow for the continuation of demonstration.
Hello, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Do you cover any frameworks like Vue.js or React or Angular like that?
That is a separate course. In this, we
Okay.
are going to continue only this. Framework classes separate 2 months. Again, it is 2 months duration.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. That's it for today. Thank you.